Hey guys, Shannon and Jen here.
Hi.
This week on our Instagram we talked about loss and we talked about divorce. So we wanted to touch a little bit more on that in this video for you guys. So loss. I lost two good friends over the course of the last year. One was unexpected and one we kind of knew was coming. However, it didn't make it any easier. So after losing two friends, it was just a reality check for me of exactly how life is and how you just don't know when your last day could be. And it made me learn to appreciate things, and it kind of shook me up a little bit. It made me realize that it could happen to me. It could happen to somebody in my family. So to enjoy every moment that you have. During it, I was actually in my first year of sobriety, which everybody kept telling me that they thought I would slip up and I'd want to have a drink. And how was I dealing with losing two friends and not going out and getting tossed? Well, I did. I went to meetings. I did whatever I had to do. There were some days where I questioned, why am I doing this? Am I trying to prove something to somebody? But no, I decided for my family, it was best to not drink anymore.
And you weren't a big drinker. You didn't drink every day.
No, I wasn't a drinker who drank every day. I was the kind of drinker who in social settings would just drink too much. Sometimes I would only have, one or two drinks, and I would have no idea of what was going on.
You wouldn't remember the next day either.
I wouldn't remember the next day. I would have to ask people what happened. Yeah. And I woke up after being at Jen's house and having a few glasses of wine and completely blacking out. And I woke up and thought...
we hadn't had much at all.
Right. It was like 2 glasses of wine. And I woke up the next day and I thought, I don't want to do this anymore. There's no point in doing this. I don't feel good. I'm sick of embarrassing myself and not remembering what I've done and having to apologize to people. So I did stop drinking. It was actually August 15th. 2017. So I'm going on a year and a half. Has it been hard? Sure, it's been hard. But I've surrounded myself with people who are very supportive and, just help me along the way.
Well, you also get excluded a lot.
I do. So part of being sober is you notice who your friends are and who they're not. People don't invite you to go places because they're afraid if there's alcohol around that you're going to feel uncomfortable. The truth is, in the beginning, I did feel uncomfortable.
Well, I'm guilty of that with you. If I am doing a girls' Vegas trip, I think, should I not invite Shannon? Is she going to feel uncomfortable if everybody else is having drinks? And I always ask. I always check in because I don't know what the right protocol is there.
So for me, I like being invited everywhere. I actually feel more uncomfortable when people don't drink around me. So I just want everybody to do what they do and what they're comfortable doing. I don't judge people for drinking. I never have. Yeah. People can do whatever they want, make whatever decisions they want. I just decided to do this because it was best for me and my family.
And that kind of goes with our theme of not judging and doing what's best for you and not judging if somebody else is going to have a drink or not have a drink. That's on them, and we don't get to decide.
Totally.
Right?
And when it comes to not judging, did you want to talk about your divorce a little bit?
So my story, I started a little bit yesterday, but I have been going through a divorce for 2 years now, and man, it takes a toll. You deal with it every day in some aspect or another, and I wouldn't have gotten through without my friends. I really owe so much to so many people who have been there for me and really held me up. And because I have 2 girls, I have 2 daughters. They're young, and the biggest and most difficult part for me was making sure I was okay so they would be okay. And the best advice I got from somebody was on an Instagram post, and it said, when you're on an airplane and there's turbulence, what do? You look at the stewardess, and if she's freaking out, you're freaking out. If she's passing out peanuts and smiling, you're smiling. So for the past 2 years, I smile a lot,
right,
and pass out peanuts.
And that's what your kids get to see.
Yeah, and they, you keep the negative behind closed doors with your best friends, or, you go to see a counselor, or you call somebody when your children aren't around. And really, I found that taking care of myself isn't selfish. Spending the time talking to my friends, going to the gym, waking up and having a cup of coffee before they're up, or, doing yoga at night before I go to bed, or reading just for 20 minutes, doing something for me and really reflecting on my day and how I could be a better mom and what I could do better for my girls. And so in that, it's just really changed how we deal with everything.
And I think for you, you don't really talk to the kids about divorce, or you just try to, you know, keep everything out of the kids' ears.
Yes.
Where with me, it's a little bit different. For my
Yes.
sobriety, I tell my kids everything.
Yep.
When I made the decision to stop drinking, I promised my kids I would never drink again, because they had seen me fall off of a boat because I had too much to drink. And for me, I just feel like being honest with my kids
Yeah.
about my sobriety and telling them, you know, what my experiences are is the best way for me to handle my situation, and have it teach them what the effects of alcohol are.
And really, that goes into our theme of don't judge. Like, I choose not to discuss really whole picture and little details with my kids, but that works for us and our family and our situation and our dynamic. For you, sharing is actually going to help them be more aware
Totally.
and learn education, right?
Yep. So, point in all this is we're trying to share a little bit more with you guys about some of our experiences, and hopefully we can help you.
Yeah.
And trying to teach you guys, you know, all of us tend to judge in little situations, or think we know
Absolutely.
the story, or what, you know, what the backstory is, and a lot of the time we don't. So even though it's so easy to be quick and to judge a situation or judge a person, you know, by something you hear or you hear from a friend of a friend, try to give people the opportunity and the benefit of the doubt, because most of the time you don't know what really goes on.
Well, and I will tell you, in my process of the 2 years, the people that have came to me, some people would come and want to talk to me, and I was so guarded, but it was those people that really wanted to help me genuinely.
And understand your situation.
And understand what's
Right.
going on and how can we help you. It wasn't, there were some people that, you know, they just want to know the story to gossip or whatever, but there were some people that really came in, and they're dear friends of mine now, and I'm grateful. And you know, you lose some friends that you get judged when you go through a divorce. I don't care what side you're on.
Well, even with not drinking.
And
I
not
mean,
drinking,
people
yes.
judge me, oh, were you a raging alcoholic? No,
No.
that was never me.
Yeah.
There's different forms
Yes.
of having a drinking problem, and there's different definitions, and people typically judge you when you don't drink anymore or treat you different.
Absolutely.
And I wish sometimes more people would ask me why I stopped drinking or what my story
Yeah.
is, because it's not some mind-blowing story. It's pretty simple.
And both of us have had bumps along the way.
Right.
I mean, I am not going to sit here and say, I know how to do this divorce parenting thing 100%. No, we learn as we go.
Right.
We find our resources. We lean on each other. We lean on our friends and family. I really think we get feedback. And, you know, we mess up, we pick up, we do better.
Totally.
Right?
But I think that's everything in life.
Absolutely.
So that's what we wanted to share with you guys this week.
Thanks for listening, and thanks for letting us share our story.
Absolutely. Hope you guys have a good weekend.
Bye.